Hey YouTube, this is your girl Windfire69 coming to you with another video. I know it's been a whole year. I have not recorded a video and I'm kind of rusty. I've just been busy and yeah, so I want to first thank all my subscribers, new and old, for subscribing to my channel. And please leave your comments at the comment section and give me a thumbs up. Click the notification bell. That will give you notification every time I come out with a video. So this particular video I decided to do because, um, you know, the residents in California, Southern California, is going through just an awful, terrible situation. And, I feel for them because I've went through that situation. So it was only fitting for me to do this type of video to just um, give you some information regarding when you have disasters, when disasters strike, and especially a fire, the do's and don'ts. I'm not an expert, but I went through the process. So I'm just relaying information for those people that, you know, might kind of don't know where to start at, and even those people, remember, you have a lot of wealthy people in California, and then you have regular Joe Schmoes like myself that don't know where to turn to, what information they need, what the process is. Those millionaires, those people that have money, they have a publicist, a manager, they have more resources than those that are not in that financial bracket. So I wanted to kind of just come out here and just give you my experience as far as when you have a house fire. Okay, so let me just give you a little backstory. Back in March, no, I'm gonna go even further back. Um, when my parents started to get older, my mom was diagnosed with PD. Me and my brother and them decided we're going to kind of transfer, property and stuff like that into our names, for business reasons, right? Okay. So where I live at, I live in NYC, and every year the city gives tax assessment, you know, property tax assessment. It's a document that they give to all homeowners, to tell you what your property is worth, right? Okay. When you have a mortgage on a house or just any property, you have to obtain homeowners insurance, right? So if things like this do happen, that's supposed to cover it. So back then, years ago, my dad would get the tax assessment before we transferred the deed into our names. My dad would get the tax assessment, the property assessment, and it tells you how much the property is worth and things like that. So he used to always give it to me because I used to kind of do the business for them. And what happened is, every time our property value go up, I would up the insurance, the homeowner's insurance policy, because it has to match, right? And that's just for us covering ourselves, right? Okay. So every year it kept going up. So I would up the limits on my homeowner's insurance. Moving forward, fast forward, we had a fire March of 2022. And I think I spoke about this. And my father started to freak out because the insurance inspector came, and they must have told him that they told that I'm sorry, the insurance company told the adjuster that it was a kitchen fire, which it wasn't. It wasn't a kitchen fire. It was in the basement. It was an electrical fire. So the back of my house had burned down. My floors, everything. It was just terrible. So when he came, he was so surprised. He said, they said it was a kitchen fire. I said, no, it's not a kitchen fire. He said, right here, just looking at this, we're looking at $1 million of damages. My house, I live in a multi-dwelling house. So my father started to freak out, you know. Um, so when they did the inspection and we went back to the hotel, because the Red Cross gave us hotel for like a whole week and stuff like that. Um, you know, we sat down and we went through everything. Now, while we were at the house, the mitigation company was there, and one of the guys from the mitigation company overheard what the inspector said. So, what he did was he took me to the side and he said, hey, this is a lot of damage. My suggestion would be to get a public adjuster. I said, what is that? And he said, that is the middleman between you and the insurance company. He advocates for you as far as how much money you should be getting, all the things that are in your insurance policy that you're entitled to. I said, oh, okay, you know. So after that, we went back into the hotel. We went to the hotel, and my father was kind of freaking out about, you know, how much damages and stuff like that, and if the policy is actually going to suffice that. So I told my dad, calm down. So once my dad gave me the information, I just started doing my thing, like as far as like bumping up the policy because of this, because of the city giving us the value of what the property was worth, the house and all of that. I told my father to calm down. Let's look at the policy. But I never told my dad what I did. So now he looks at the policy and he had to do a double take. And he said to me, because he always called me Boo, Boo, am I seeing what I'm seeing? And I said, yes, you are. He said, Boo, when did you do this? I said, every time you gave me the assessment, I kept bumping the policy up. You can't have, and this is rule of thumb for everybody that have a property, whether it's a co-op, a condo, a house, anything, right? You don't shortchange yourself. If the city says your property is worth that, tack on another 200,000. Okay, that's what you do. You tack on more than what they saying the property is worth, because we all know insurance company want their money, but they don't want to pay you your money, right? So you have to cover yourself. You have to have a cushion. So when my father saw the policy, he had to do a double take. And then he said, Boo, is this what am I really seeing this? And I said, yes, you are. I had insured the house for 1.7 million, right? 1 million. Well, no, I'm sorry. It came up to the combined thing was 1.7, 1.8. However, you have two parts to the policy. You have the structure, and then you have your personal belongings, personal property. Those are things that if you turn over your house and shake it out, whatever falls is your personal property. That's what it is, right? Okay. So it was 1 million for the structure, and then 799,000 for personal property. So my father hugged me and kissed me and hugged me again and said, I love you, love you, love you. What made you do this? I said, Dad, we cannot shortchange ourselves, right? Because the insurance company don't like to pay, right? They love taking your money, but they don't like to pay. Don't you know they still was haggling us? They couldn't believe, because here's the thing, demographics play a lot when it comes down to insurance companies. Demographics, ethnicity, things like that. Because we had to go through a whole rigmarole of investigations thinking that we were arsonists. They wanted to know where we work and this and that or whatever. So all of that kind of, you know, that's how they determine if it's fraud or if you're doing this and that or whatever. They got the fire inspector to come. I mean, there was a whole rigmarole of things. Moving forward, when they saw the policy, when they looked at the policy, and mind you, my insurance company was transitioning to a bigger insurance company. So the smaller insurance company, which is Tri-State Insurance, they didn't want to pay. But my public adjuster was like, no, you're going to pay because they've been paying for so many years. This is the first fire we've ever had. Okay. This is the first claim we've ever made. And we've been out in our house for like 50 years. Okay. So when the public adjuster got involved, the guy told me I needed a public adjuster, and I looked out there. He gave me a name, because they all work in tandem. He gave me a name. I went to their YouTube channel. I saw their YouTube channel. I said, okay, this is good. This is a good thing. We called them up. They came the next day. We went through the house. They took all the pictures. They did everything, everything. We didn't have to do anything. And this is why I say it's important. Two things is important. Every time you get your tax assessment or the value of your house, you go to you go to your policy and see and look. So the next renewal is when you bump up your insurance policy. The next renewal, you can't do it during it, but well, you can, but I just always waited, because when I get my assessment in March, in May is when I renew the policy. The policy is renewed. So right there, I would make my changes to the policy and things like that. So when the public adjuster started to talk to the insurance company, they don't want to pay, so they're trying to find everything. But I dot my I's and cross my T's, because that's just me. I don't like, if we're paying money, we want to do it right? We don't want to be finagling and trying to cut corners. No, because this is something that is generational wealth. Your property is something that has value to it. So you don't want to cut corners. You just don't. You want to be able to reap any benefit if push come to shove and there is a disaster. You want to be secure that you're going to you won't come out your pocket to pay, because there's a lot of people that are very cheap. They get a house and once they get the house, during the years they make all these changes to the house, but because every change you make to your house bring value to your house. Do you know that? So if you don't increase the insurance policy, you're going to get exactly what you paid into, in a sense of whatever you put down the house is worth, that's what you're going to get. And you're going to get way less than that, actually, because they don't pay you the exact amount. They don't do that, right? So you want to be able to not come out your pocket. If you come up short, you want to secure your property as far as the insurance companies are concerned. That's just it. You want to ensure that any disaster happen, they're going to pay out. Now, second thing, or not second thing, another thing is, when you renew your policy, any changes that you make on the questionnaire, it should tell you, did you put solar? Did you do this, that, whatever? I dot my I's and cross my T's. I have solar on my house. I have a swimming pool. I have an in-ground swimming pool. I have solar on my house. I mean, I've told them everything. They asked me if I have pets at the time. Yes, I have pets in my house. Everything. You have to be truthful and with them, because if they find out, that ends that. They can say, "Well, we forfeit this claim because you wasn't truthful to us." They asked me my retaining wall 8 feet with my pool. Do you have cameras up? I mean, like, they ask you everything, everything. So me, I'm that type of person. I have cameras up. I have a 4 foot a gate around my swimming pool. I have an 8 foot retaining wall around my swimming pool. I have my cameras. I have pets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've disclosed everything to them. So they couldn't refuse my claim, right? Because I was truthful. And not only that, remember, they got Google Earth. They could just zoom in on your property to see if you have all those things anyway. So why lie about it, right? Okay. Because I want to cut corners. That's not what we want to do, So, but when I got the public adjuster, I mean, everything was I think they take like 6%, 6%, so with my policy, I was able to get my rent paid for a whole year. I was able to live in a hotel for a couple of weeks, about, I think, a month or two, about 2 months, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They paid for my rental furniture, because I rented furniture. They paid for that. Um, uh, so those are the things that were in my policy that my public adjuster looked through the policy and stuff like that and said, "Hey, you're entitled to this, 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 this." They didn't even want to give us the first deposit. And my public adjuster said, "No, no, no. In here, they have to get the first 20,000, or whatever." So again, a public adjuster is excellent to get, because that person or that company is able to advocate for you. Because let me tell you something, a fire is very traumatizing. All your worldly possessions is gone. I mean, and it's not even about the possessions. It's just being displaced is very, very traumatic, right? So you need that person to advocate for you. Once the public adjuster comes in, you have no communications with the insurance company. The insurance company only works with the public adjuster on your behalf. That's just what it is. So with those people in Southern California, I was hearing that, a lot of the insurance companies dropped them because of fires and stuff like that. Southern California is prone to be with wildfires. So I hope people do get something, and I hope the government will help as well. But this is just a little tidbit of what I wanted to kind of put out there for those people that are kind of scrambling and know, you know, um, don't know what to do. But again, you have those wealthy people that can build back their home really quickly, because they have the money, right? But regular Joe Schmoes like me and you, we don't have that. So these are for those people this video is for those people like myself that had to learn a lot of things. And I just wanted to share my experiences with you guys to let you guys know that hey, it's going to get better. I know it's very traumatizing right now. especially when you lose things so dear to your heart. Because I lost 7 cats and a dog. I lost Lucy and my 7 cats from the fire. You know, so I just wanted to put this out there to you. Yeah, so that is that for right now. If you have any questions, just put it down in the comment section. And Happy New Year, And this is like the worst, the worst of starting 2025 with Southern California. I pray that everyone there will find peace and will be okay, and be able to move forward, from this devastation. So until next time, you stay blessed, be safe. I love you guys. Bye.